Good morning, everyone. Welcome. I had a good morning. I finished all of my tasks and I got all my interviews done. So it's my final set of interviews. So it's not really much else to do except for wait. Why are your ads in French, Twitch? That's a good question, actually. I'm getting a lot of French ads too. What's funny is that I also got I think I got German ads or something. It was a whole different language recently, and I think I genuinely okay. So you know, how a long time ago they had that thing where Google was being sued because people thought that it was listening in on you. I'm pretty sure it's still happening because I don't believe that it's possible for them to know that I'm speaking German without listening to my microphone because I never speak German otherwise, on except on stream. So when I say vixen, I sort of wonder, okay, well, that's the only time that I've ever spoken a German word. And then if you think about what that means in terms of the meaning of the word, as well as what they intend to sort of show me as a response to that word, it sort of makes you go, there's something scary about this. Very sus. Yeah, very sus. Everyone's having a good day. I'm not, because there are two bad things that have happened. One, interviews are still going like very ghosty. It's weird. It's. I mean, obviously, it's kind of like the reality of the market. It is what it is. Two, and I can't believe it, but Windows once again has fucked me. I actually am so sick of Windows on some level because it feels like the operating system has gotten worse and worse over time. And what's funny is that the operating system was already painful because the operating system doesn't really work well at all in the first place. But it's been getting worse and worse. And actually, just recently, right before a stream, it crashed because I said a critical process has died. And I sort of wondered to myself, well, how come it died? Well, why didn't you stop it from dying? Because you would think that an operating system would have safeguards to prevent a major piece of the puzzle from dying. Wait, so does it mean that this chat secretly speaks French? Sus. Very sus. That's a good point. Very sus. They might. But in doing so, because it died in the middle of doing something, it's apparently written null data into the canvas that I had. So that canvas that we had that had all that information that showed us all of the really cool stuff on the canvas means that it got lost. Everything is lost. So the entire canvas is gone. So I need to recreate the canvas from scratch. I still have the painting of the courtyard, so there's no need to do that again. But this is the contents of the file now, which is so stupid to me. I also sort of wonder why systems like this. I also I'm surprised that Obsidian doesn't have a interim backup system in place. Like even like something like Vim has a system where it just copies your file over, and while you're, and if it crashes, you have a chance to back it up. I'm pretty sure, or maybe that's just like a neo Vim feature. But I feel like that it's been a feature that we've been aware of for a very long time, which is copy and then replace when you're done, right? And then otherwise, you open a read-only copy and then you work with it after the fact, right? Like you have two different versions, previous version, current version, and you always just update the previous version when you're done saving the current version. And I feel like that would have saved at least some level. And it's funny because actually, whatchamacallit, Obsidian does have that. It just doesn't trigger for some reason. So you can actually go to the version history of anything, and it should open up, except for some reason now I can't access version history. So I don't really know what to do. So Obsidian can't retrieve version history. Another reason why it's very sad is because there's been a loss today. A very important person has been lost from the VTubing community. That very important person is Gargor. That's right. Gargor is now gone. Her announcement of her graduation was just announced, which is actually crazy. It's crazy to think that, and I was thinking about this, how you have people at the top of the game, right? And whether or not that's good for them, that's sort of a very important question to ask of okay, does the shark even enjoy being the centerpiece of the world, right? But that whole generation was so massive in terms of the market and the mind share, to the point where, I mean, as far as I know, they have a ton of different sort of whatchamacallit, plugins? No. What's that word? Brand deals within Japan. And yet they still basically could not stick with it for very long. And I wonder what that means, right? Because it's like, does that mean that maybe the system as a whole doesn't work? Or does it simply mean that this industry as a whole is actually just not a long-term one? Because you see, there's a pipeline that I've seen that two long-term streamers tend to fall into, okay? Or like three. There's like three different paths that this long-term streamer can kind of go into. And it always seems to start around the 4 to 5 year mark. It's like 4 to 5 years you will go in. At some point, they fall down into the abyss. And they either crawl up to be like a grifter, so they sell crypto, they say racist, hateful things, and then they stream on Kick. They crawl up to be like, you know, your streamer's favorite streamer. It's like a grandpa streamer. And they go from like, you know, 2K viewers to 1K viewer to 500 viewers until they eventually fade away into obscurity. You know what? Let's have a fourth path. The third path is that they go from like, you know, 1K viewers to 2K viewers to 10K viewers, but they stream at like random times and no one really knows who they are. And then they go the way of like, say, the Myth generation from Hololive, where they simply say, okay, we're done, right? And it's funny to think that like, I think a lot of people sort of bank their entire careers on streaming, when to me it's always been a temporary thing, because it's one of those careers that's like very dependent on the market and dependent on the ability for people to have like extra spending money that they don't mind throwing away. It's actually why, you know, like it's partially the reason why I don't tell you to sub or to donate or something, because it's money that you could go to any other purpose, right? It's literally extra spending money, and most people don't have extra spending money, but you may feel obligated to do so to show appreciation. And it's like, you don't really need to. It's like, it's sort of the part of the game that you sort of know that not everything will end up being like a money-making venture. And not everything is necessarily even potentially viable as a way to make money, right? And so it's like, when I see sort of the efforts being placed here, and when I see sort of what's happening with, you know, the people leaving and coming and going, I sort of think to myself, wow, yeah, like it totally makes sense that they would want to leave, because it's not like it's really going to last in any meaningful way, in the sense of like, you're basically, what I'm trying to say is, I'm surprised that more people aren't leaving more and more often, because it's so heavily dependent on a small and probably dwindling base of people to keep it going, on top of the fact that it has its own unique stressors, which is actually very interesting to like think about. And reading the announcement, it seems like there's like a management thing, but I don't know if that's like true or not, right? Like, no one really knows. But at the very least, I can sort of imagine that there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. Because even doing it solo, I recognize the amount of effort that you need to put in to make it interesting at all times. And there's very little, coming from a normal career, there's very little of that in the way of a normal career. In fact, many jobs and careers, you can keep doing the same thing that you're doing for like almost decades, before all of a sudden it becomes obsolete in a single moment, right? Like, nobody could have predicted that horses would become useless and would basically convert into the rich person sort of like plaything, right? No one could have predicted that. But in knowing that, it's like, oh shit, like, what do you do? Well, there's nothing that you can do. You can't really prepare for it, but it's also, maybe there's no reason to prepare for it. Maybe it's just a matter of simply going on and saying, okay, well, maybe it's done, and maybe this isn't really worth it to stick with. But I wonder what the difference is. Right now, I wonder sort of like what the difference is. What personality is a phenotype? I don't know. One of these is related to like a weird sense of almost bordering on eugenics. The other one is more about like what type of person you are. But it's like, what type of like personality type do you need to have to stay in the industry? What type of obviously, like, what's a good level of income to sustain it? What does the condition of the marketplace require? Well, like, what do you require from the condition of the economy to like keep it going? And I wonder how local this is, and I wonder how global this is. Like, I'd be very curious to see even Hololive streaming numbers, which I'm pretty sure is like mostly foreign or like domestic. Well, I guess foreign and domestic, it depends on where you are. Like, to me, you're all foreign. Everybody here is a foreigner, but I'm the foreigner to you. But knowing that, it's like, okay, like, how many different things do you need to manage? And then what kind of a personality type would actually thrive within this? And I realized something. It's probably similar to running your own business because I look at my parents, specifically my mom, and she would not be able to work in a normal job because she. It's not that she's like a bad person or like something, right? But it's just I don't think she would. I don't think she would like it. I genuinely don't think my mom would actually really enjoy being working under another person. She would just rather just do her own thing by herself and just like because she's like she's a very strong person, but that strength also is a weakness in certain contexts, right? And I realized like man, like maybe it's not that easy. Because again, if you're at the very top and you say, okay, it's done, it's like, wow. But at the same time, it's like, if you say it's done not because of a bad thing, but because of a good thing, maybe it's fine. Maybe it's more of a, oh, wow, like maybe you are just now going to enjoy life, right? And so maybe that's a good thing. Who knows? But I would be, I am curious. I am curious to see how it goes and like how long term this will be and how quickly things will change over time. Because I'm just sort of I just wonder I wonder how far this graduation streak will go. There's been a lot of people graduating, so to speak. And I wonder when they're gonna stop using the word graduating and when they're just gonna say this person is now moving on to greener pastures. Like I would rather them say that they're going to go to the back of the barn or something. Also, chat, I found a good way to maybe restore the file. If I can maybe find it, I need to go to my app data folder. So app data snapshots are kept in global settings outside of the vault. What? So it's kept in global settings outside of the vault for snapshots. That seems stupid. Wouldn't you? Why don't you store it within the vault so you can back up the snapshots? If you want to have like the backups of the snapshots, no? It was app data. So go back to app data, and then you gotta go to Obsidian. Then you gotta go to what? Okay, so Obsidian. What is a snapshot? JSON. What? We need to move it back. So it's settings. No, not settings. Where are the file versions? Oh, it's in the app data folder. Okay, photos are stored in the database file. That's why they can't. Okay, well, I don't really care. IndexedDB. Oh shit! What? IndexedDB? Oh fuck! How do I open this thing? Does anybody remember how to open an IndexedDB? Wait, IndexedDB. Isn't this the web version of it? It is. This is literally just the JavaScript. Okay. I guess I don't know, like JS load arbitrary IndexedDB file. IndexedDB file. I don't know. Using IndexedDB, import and export the IndexedDB. You can get anything out of IndexedDB. Then you can use JSON stringify as what? You can turn that into a downloadable file for import. You can just accept a JSON file, parse it, and add it to the database. How do I indexed DB viewer? Oh, wait, no. View and change IndexedDB. Chrome DevTools. What? View? No. Click application tab. No, buddy, there's no application. This is a non-application system. There's no application. It's a desktop. It's Electron, buddy. There's no application. How do I enable? Okay, so Obsidian enable DevTools. You can press Control Shift I. What? Holy shit! Oh shit! There's. Oh yo, chat. We actually might be able to recover. Can I recover my system? Can I recover everything that we've lost? Storage, IndexedDB. Wait a minute. Drawing backup. Courtyard map backups. Backups? Oh, I found the backups folder. Chat, I found the backups folder. I can actually show you this because as far as I know, it's not in incriminating. I always say that, but I need to remind people I don't do anything incriminating. I just find it funny to say that it's incriminating. The problem is that all the keys are like this, and you really want to search by the file name, which is a little frustrating. Backups path. Is this a backup? I don't know. TS TypeScript data. Okay, this is when it died. That's when it died. That's when it died. This is good. This is a good version. Oh, we found it. This is a good version. But what version is this? How do I know what version it is? Timestamp. TS is timestamp, not TypeScript. I'm just sorry. I'm a JavaScript bird. I've been working too long in JavaScript. Does anybody remember how timestamps work? Is it higher number better? Or is it lower number better? The higher number. Okay, what do I need? I need the most recent timestamp, which means the highest timestamp. Because the higher the timestamp, the further away from entropy it is, right? However, some of these are null up here. So why does this matter? Like, why is this one 0 at the very top? Because this has null values which were placed in when the entire system broke. So, but then this one doesn't have a null value, but the timestamp is higher. Is it higher? 1744760. Okay, 67 is higher. What? 17447. And then after the 7, 4. This is a 4, this has a 6, which means this is the most recent one, but it's the lower key. And this is the most recent one with the crash value of it being wiped at 118, but primary key 118. Which is, so primary key is the, so, okay, so I'm correct in that it increments the primary key. I can recover the file by doing this. Now, this seems stupid, but trust me on this. I just need to copy this entire piece of data. How do I copy this? How do you copy data? Chrome DevTools copy indexed DB field. Hackermats. I don't know if this is hackermats. I think this is just me trying to survive. Okay, I think this is just me trying to survive. Okay, include Dexy import onto the page. I can't include shit, man. Don't clear. If I click the clear button, it's fucking over. I can't fucking clear. Okay, I'm assuming this works. Does it work? No. It only copies as far as it sees. Because for some reason, this has object permanence problems. So, okay, no joke, this has object permanence problems where it can't see the full value. But what I can do is I can get the index DB. I have the file path. I know what it is. So it's this one. I have the version of the database, like so. I need to figure out how to use IndexedDB. So what's MDN IndexedDB? What you're gonna do is live. Just give me a second. I need to recover the blueprints. In the meantime, how are you reeling with the loss of Gargoyle? Honestly, I'm just like surprised because even like I feel like you could do nothing and still get something, but at the same time, it's sort of like that like in between of the truth is some people's lives and the things that they want will always differ, right? Like. Streaming may just be a step in a long path in the journey of life. That's sort of why I'm preparing all of you for the day that I die. Like one day I'm going to die, right? We got graduating before GTA 6. Holy shit, that's good. That's actually good. Holy shit, that's actually good. I mean, that's the thing, right? It's like, yeah, like she's just gone. But at the same time, it's like I don't necessarily feel bad because it's like she's just trying to live her life now, and I think that's a good thing to have. Because sometimes it's nice to be able to just live your life, Chad. And I feel happy that she's allowed to sort of be out there and be her own person. How the fuck do you export this shit? How do you export this goddamn shit? Just give me a second. Chrome DevTools export indexed DB. I don't understand. IndexedDB exporter Chrome Web Tools. No. Oh wait, using DevTools console. Here we go. I don't want to. Okay, you know what? Fine. I'm just gonna. Fine. I'll just include this. Sure. What is Dexy? Dexy JS minimalistic IndexedDB wrapper. Okay, you guys ready to see if this crashes or no? But like, is there not an easy way to do so from without Dexy? Like, I just need to print it out as a thing versus like actually getting it out there. IndexedDB API. How do I actually provides access to a database? Where's like a very basic. I don't know. There's a very basic. Maybe Dexy is better actually because Dexy's API for using it actually does look a lot better. So minimalistic, reactive, easy to learn. It was written to be straightforward and easy to learn. If you ever had to work with a native IndexedDB, I have, but I forgot everything. So maybe this is nicer. It is nicer. It actually does. It reminds me a lot of an ORM, which does scare me though. Because ORMs always have this like tricky bit of 50-50, it works well, or you accidentally write data and it ruins all your entire structure. So I don't know. I'm just first off back up this entire folder to my desktop because if I lose this, it's fucking over, man. Okay, just back up this entire folder to my desktop. Just the entire Obsidian folder to my desktop, and then we can sort of like reflex, or like we can try and like recover piece by piece, if that makes sense. Skip these files. Okay, good. Okay. So we have the thing in. Okay, you guys ready? Okay, so apparently I can just use something called Dexy. So what? Initialize Excala draw image cache. Oh, oops. Well, I don't know. Well, just whatever. Const temp script equals just make like a, I think you can just do this, right? And I'm pretty sure you can just do this, and then yes, and you can just add the source to it, but and then we just have to like get it inside. Okay. The gist. Okay, I scrolled down and the gist actually has more info. Yeah, so we just do this. So I have a GitHub gist. This should just work. I need a source. Where am I gonna get the source for this? Getting started. Play in JS Fiddle. There we go. If I open this in JS Fiddle, script source. Here we go. Latest. Yeah, sure. I'm also afraid of doing latest because you never really know what's gonna happen. Don't paste code. I don't give a fuck. Allow pasting. Temp script. Oh my god. Dot source equals. I know what I'm doing. Don't worry, Chrome DevTools. I know what I'm doing. To some degree, I'm like dangerous. I know enough to be dangerous, but not enough to be useful. But let's add the script in, and then we should have access to it now. So now we have the script loaded in, maybe. I don't know if it actually works. But now we need to somehow pull the data out. People were speculating for a long time she was going to graduate because she didn't stream much and other stuff. She'll probably reemerge on an old account anyway. Or even if she didn't, if that's what she wants, that's a good thing. Yeah, like it's like, because like streaming is a very sort of like taxing thing. And I think just in general, once it gets to become work, that's when it gets really taxing. Because like work, basically, I don't think there's any work in the world that's easy. Even the easiest job is more effort than doing what you want to do. And like, I wonder if at some point the like at some point it must be that you eventually stop liking the act of streaming, even if it is a fun thing to do, once it becomes your job, because it becomes like showbiz. And I've heard of so many actors who go into showbiz thinking that they'll love it, and then they get to the business side of it, and they go, I never want to do this ever again. Because it's really the work side of showbiz that's like the setting things up and making sure things are good and caring about the metrics and the analytics and being like, well, I would like to do this, but this kills my viewers by like 20%, week over week, and so maybe I shouldn't do this. Like, it's just like there's too much thoughts behind it, right? Besides just doing it because you like it. It's why I treat it as a hobby, because it is just a hobby. And whether or not she does reemerge, I hope that all of her fans have that mindset, because again, yeah, I can't imagine the amount of pressure that there is too. Because like once you get, for me even, I feel a little bit of pressure when I say I'm going to stream, but then I'm late, right? So I actually notice this. On the days that I say that I'm going to stream, but I'm kind of late, my poop is less satisfying on those days. It doesn't feel nearly as good when the poop slides out my butthole. And I recognize that that's sort of like a loss for me. You know what I mean? Like it's a loss in terms of the feeling that I used to have. And I have to sort of like, sit, and it's like I push a little bit harder. I notice my like intestine starts to get more distended from my butthole. Like there's a lot of different like pain points I think there that are very viscerally understood and immediately sort of like known. Even if it's a smaller audience like this, and like this is a small audience that actually does treat me fairly well, despite the fact that I basically treat you all like dirt. And then now you multiply that by the many millions at this point of people that actually like her, right? and you think about what that means for millions. And imagine how many people like actually go into your stream and they say, "Hey, like this is what's keeping me going." And I go, "Shut the fuck up. Don't ever say that again. You're freaking me the fuck out." Cuz when you say that shit, it's like, "Oh shit, like some of you would die without me," which is like like it's bad, but it's also like, "Damn, like Jesus, what do I do, man?" So, I just feel like it is interesting to sort of think about that and just recognize that, oh shit, like there can be some high pressure going into this stuff that can be very difficult to work with. So db dot, is this even open? I don't know. What is Verno? What the fuck is Verno? db version stores. How do I open existing db? Oh wait, db dot friends. Where? Friends? I don't care about friends. I don't need friends. Friends are useless. So db dot open. Okay, I need to read the documentation now. Now we get into the engineering portion, which is I know what, like, you don't pay an engineer because they know how to do it, because anybody knows how to do it. You pay an engineer because they know what's the most important thing to do. They know that if you don't call open before anything else, it just breaks. With enemies like these, who needs friends? Sun Tzu, I think. I'm gonna one day we should just read the entire Sun Tzu, the Art of War. I think it would be funny. And I think we should do it while we play a war game. Wait, write that down. Can someone write that down? My obsidian is currently broken. Can somebody write that down? I think we should do that. And we should just, and then we should play the game. And we should try to like implement the Art of War. You know what's crazy is that the Art of War was written because he didn't believe in people being able to like, not be idiots. Essaying. Essaying. So if I go db.backups. db. How do I open the db? Open. db.on. No, Dexy. What the fuck is a Verno? Version. Oh, it's version number. Read the Art of War on stream one day. Thank you for putting it inside of chat. And then okay, so because VODs are only kept for 3 days now, every 3 streams, every 3 days worth of streams, you have to type it again within chat so we don't forget, okay? This guy is open. Is it open? I don't know. Is it open? Is open? False. Okay, well it's not open, so we know it's not open. Wait, it's only 3 days? I think so. They changed something about the system where it's like less now, but I don't remember. I don't know if that's true. DB open will, by default, it'll automatically be called on the first query to the DB. Oh. So, okay. When it's open, you can start interacting with the backend. In case an upgrade is needed, I'm not gonna fucking upgrade shit. Okay, whatever. We'll just open it ourselves. Okay, there's a promise. Okay, it didn't fail the promise, so I think it's fine. So how do I access db.backups? How do I actually see the database itself? I need to figure out what table names there are. You know what? Yeah, what table names are there? Is that table? List. How do you list tables? Dexy, list all. SQL is easier than this. Why is IndexedDB so fucking confusing, man? This isn't even IndexedDB, to be fair. But still, it's like, what the fuck is this, man? Dot for each. Okay, just dot for each table, and then we just do, I don't know. Then we'll do like a table, I don't know. Console.log table. I don't know what table is. Okay, so there's one table. Name backups. We found the backups table. Okay, so we have the backups table. So I need to. So how do I get the specific table? How do I get the specific table? It's a collection. So if there's only one table, you shouldn't do this. But it's whatever. Backup table equal dot first. You wouldn't do this. You shouldn't do this. If you do this, there's something wrong with you. But I'm going to do it anyways because there's no choice. So now I have a table. I can now This is okay. So now I can do a where query. Okay, so backup stable dot where. How do you? What is the why? What is the key path, brother? What is a key path? Why, this is not SQL. Anytime there's a new database, by the way, like I actually got an ad on Instagram. I'm not even kidding you. I don't know why my Instagram is like this. My Instagram is entirely food and dog pictures, and I use it exclusively to look at my wife's photos because I like looking at her. Um, every like it there was an advertisement post because every now and then the posts that you get are like interspersed with like ads. The advertisement post was for a new database. And I was like, why are you doing this to me? Like, why Instagram? Like, what is like? I want to know. I want to know the pipeline from CTO scrolling Instagram to implementing a new database in their new microservice, only to have the thing fucking blow up and nobody knows what to do with it because the CTO's been fired and it's not SQL, aka the standard system, the standard language, the standard sort of like underpinning everything to a database that actually makes sense. Anyways, so I need to do what is the actual thing? What's the table name? Path TS. I need the TS. I need to get the primary key. How do I search by primary key? How do I search by keys? Dexy query by primary key. Use primary key. Key path 1, index or primary key. Oh, parameters. What? String. What? Index or key path array. What the hell is a key path array? Index or primary key. Name of an index or primary key registered. The special string ID represents a primary key. Huh? Find friends named David. I don't need fucking friends. Show me primary key, you piece of shit. How do I search by a fucking primary key, man? Dexy query primary key. A primary key is a new. I know what a primary key is. You fuck. Modify the schema. Sorry, changing just a few tables, deleting tables, stores. This is honestly, this is what it sounds like whenever I develop things. Hey, mod, you're here. Welcome. I thought you had to wake up early. Are you at work? No, you think the minimum is 7 days for non-affiliates. Damn. So I have to keep uploading VODs. I'm like, fuck. I have to keep giving you. I have to give you guys things. You know the mod? Okay, so me and her played a solo game of Betrayal House on the Hill because we were waiting for some of the friend. And the entire time she kept on following me, and I was like, "This is weird. Why do you keep on following me?" And then she beat me up. She played Ox Bellows, pew pew pew, and then she punched me. I was playing the 7-year-old child character Peter Akamoto, and she punched the shit out of me. And I was like, "Dude, come on, man. Why you beat me up, man? What did I do to you, man?" You know what? We'll just query for all of them. We'll just do path notes slash blueprints dot canvas. Where So where what? Where how do I actually do this? I don't actually know anything. Where path dot equals equals I need the exact value. And it's funny too because like she tried to do the same thing the next game when we were playing with Sweet Destination plus one other friend. She kept following Sweet Destination around the map. At first, she tried to follow me, and then so I ran away to the basement or like the upper floor, and then she started following Sweet Destination, and I was like, I feel like she's gonna punch me to death the moment that she can get the opportunity to. I just like I smell blood in the water when she's around, and I know that she wants me dead for some reason, and I don't know why. So if I do this correctly, if I get the path and I just copy this, and I go like this. No, that didn't work. Smile. The slightly smiling face emoji is probably the most terrifying emoji in the entire world. Because the slightly smiling emoji face has no emotion behind its dead eyes as it stares at you. And that's the implication. That's subtext. And again, a picture is worth 1,000 words, and I don't think there's a single story that can write the emptiness behind those eyes. The closest we ever got was Hannibal. And I would say both versions, but I just really prefer the like newer version compared to like the movie because I just prefer the series because it's more fun. But it's at the same time, it's like you know what I mean? Like it's understandable. Dot each note. Wait, yeah, dot each. So the dot each is a function. We do console.log note. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I need to also get the key. So yeah, my VODs are kept up for 14 days. We're really wow. That's actually good. Okay, so maybe it's not that bad then. Maybe I can actually make some level of value. So the cursor. Okay, sorry. This is the cursor. I need to get. I need to get the ID. How do you like get the ID of something? Is it not possible to get the ID within Dexy? Like I don't understand. Am I just stupid, dude? I don't understand. How do you get Dexy get uh row ID? Table.get. How to get last ID from a table? Okay, well just to retrieve the oldest friend. No, not the oldest. I need the newest. Okay, well we have to find the exact timestamp that matches because I don't fucking get this Dexy, you piece of shit. Sorry for swearing at everyone. I'm just mad because the entire thing died. Show more. Wait, is that it? 99833. 99833. What's your timestamp? What is 99833? What? Which one of these has 99? I mean, this is also multi-paged. So the latest one is 118. So maybe 117. HVAC control application. Story about a broken home. 21726. If I'm correct, this one should be 2172. This is fucking weird, man. I don't know. Whatever. Just show more. Okay, just don't. Why do they show more? That's. Oh god, I'm so stupid. Copy string contents. Copy string is JSON literal. Okay. And then how does this work? So I make a canvas. Don't do it. Don't do it here because I feel like it's just gonna break everything. I'll do it in Notepad. Don't do it in Notepad. That's stupid. Okay, I got it. Okay, so we save this. We go into desktop. We save as any file, and then we'll do I don't know. Please fix.canvas. Okay, .txt. You piece of shit. Just give me a second. Okay, okay. So I need to do this. Need to do this. Please fix.canvas.txt. No, you idiot. Yes, change it. Change it. Okay, so now I need to open this folder. I don't know if this is even the correct one. If it's slightly behind, I don't mind because I just want to get started playing this game. So now it's inside. Please fix. It didn't fucking work. So I don't understand how this works. Maybe I don't know the format of a canvas. Maybe it's because I don't understand the format of a canvas. So we do test. We just add a card and we see what this is. So the card is here. We look at it, and then we can show in System Explorer, and I just want to open this up in Notepad, just see the structure. It is a JSON file with nodes and edges, so I have to edge. So what am I missing? I think it's maybe these. These images need to be outside. Because the old path from back then is probably here. So if I do that again, and I open, so this canvas is here, show in System Explorer, I'm going to open this thing, I'm going to open this with light edit instead, just so I can like see it. I'm going to maybe not close Obsidian because I do need to see the value of things. And I'm going to try to copy paste the entire thing in. Okay, so. Okay, and then how do I format this? Oh, you know what? It's because there was a string at the beginning and it's because it was quoted too much. Fuck. It has like extra quotes around and then lines. Okay, so I need to copy paste this in a way that looks the exact same as it expects. So Control Shift I. Failed to. Yes, I know. I know you failed to. I know. I know exactly what happened. Data. This is the good data. Copy string contents. Maybe I just copy string contents. And then it won't insert extra slashes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, close this. Okay, close that. Okay, open up this. Oh. Fixed. We fixed it. Okay, good. Now I need to make a new vault because this entire thing got fucked. Okay, the vault that this belongs in has no access to its own backups, which is bad. So I need to redo this entire vault by making a new one and just shoving all the files into it such that it becomes new. Which in a way is probably good because then I keep the backup database for the old vault forever as like a backup in case I lose more things, because I'm probably going to lose even more things. I also need to push this to my like personal GitHub or like my streaming GitHub somewhere just so I can like keep a note of all this stuff. But I have a system that I need to get into it with like the personal and like the non-personal. So yeah, this is good. I'm gonna go take a piss because every time I program, it makes me want to pee. I don't know why. I'm trying to figure that out. I'm sure my psychologist, my psychiatrist has something to say about it. When I'm back, we'll go into Blueprints itself. We can stop watching me try to recover all of my data. Did you see this? Sure, you could ask ChatGPT how to like write the code, but do you even know where information is stored? Do you even understand the steps that you need to take to pull things out? No. That's why you pay me. Please hire me. My bad. I took a shit. Okay, let's begin the game. Goodbye, everyone. I will see you back tomorrow. It was a very enlightening talk about science today. Tomorrow will be a bit of blueprints at the end, but there's actually other things that I want to do that I scoped for tomorrow. I didn't want to do it early today because I want some more time to make sure that it was good, and I didn't set things up, so it's good. We'll be playing some more of the sponsored quote-unquote segments to see if we can catch up on our little sponsored list, as well as a bunch of weird demos that I found of different games, as well as some new games that I found that are very short that we can play as well. Hopefully you all have a good day, and thank you for joining me on the Sci Hub Talk, the Sci File Talk. If I accidentally form a renaissance in the science world, I don't know what to do. Like, if all of a sudden I'm the reason why science has become more open tomorrow, I want you to remember this moment as a defining moment in the seriousness of the stream, because I otherwise do not take this seriously. Have a good day. Have a good night. See you all tomorrow. And thanks for joining me, as always.